All right, so let me show you how to make a car dealership proposal on here. So we'll just say car dealer, car dealership. Can't type today. Commercial cleaning, so we'll pick the facility. Car dealership. I'm not sure how often you'll be cleaning, but we'll just say 5 days a week. Okay, hit add proposal. And then the software will load all of the areas and cleaning tasks for you. All you have to do is pick the ones you want to use. So if there's a break room, you just check on it. You can customize the name of it, keep track how many break rooms. You can add photos and notes. This has an app. It's also a progressive web app. So I'll kind of show you what a mock-up of what it would look like if you used this during a walkthrough. So if you use the app or just logged into the browser, you would just walk through the building, and as you see things, you just check on it. Oh, there's a break room right there. There's a cashier's window, hard floors, conference room, a couple enclosed offices. Definitely there's going to be an entrance. Okay, so it just loads everything for you. And then if you wanted to build it out in the field, you would just click on that arrow here. You can enter estimated square footage and clean times if you want. And then you can just select the items that you want to use, or you can customize them, whatever you want to work for yourself, So that's what it would look like if you were doing this during the walkthrough process. This is what I like to use, is just scroll through here and pick the areas that apply. But let me go back to desktop now. All right, so let's assume there's some hallways in there, and you've got a janitor's closet as well, so you want to check that off. Click the flooring type. They want you to clean the parts department and the reception area. Definitely going to want you to clean the restrooms. Let's just say that I want you to do service base. I'm just going to include all the things in there so you can use it the way you want to, okay? And actually, let's just assume everything has hard floors. So let me just scroll back up here and just collect it right. Oops, went too far. So we'll just do that, and it'll select hard floors for all the areas. Let me scroll back down. All right, so they may want you to do service base. This doesn't happen in all of them. I do some car dealerships myself. I don't often do the service bays, and they definitely have a waiting area. All right, now all the floors are selected, and I just showed you how easy it is to just build out the scope of services. You just simply click right here and customize things the way you want them. You can also reorder the task if you want to here. But let's go ahead and do some special projects in here. So let's say you're going to do some window cleaning a couple times a year for the whole building. So we'll just say 2 times a year. We'll add that. And you definitely want to have some floor care, hard floor care going on. A lot of times these car dealerships will skip over that. You want to try to convince them to do some floor care, because everybody can avoid something in the building, but you can never avoid the floors, right? You've got to walk on the floors unless you levitate. All right, so we'll say auto scrub. Let's just go with specific areas. Let's go the showroom, the hallways, and receptionist area, and the showroom. And you're going to do that once a month. Just totally guessing on these things here. All right, then we'll build out the pricing here for you real quick. Just hit create labor. You're going to do your custodians. All right, so I filled this information out, and the software gives you what your cost per clean would be, your annual cost and your monthly labor cost. So here you can pick different types of labor, and you can add multiple labor types at different rates of pay. I always build out 3 different labor types, and I'll show you what that looks like and why. All right, so I always have my frontline workers, which are my custodians. And as you can see here, they're making $15 an hour, and it's going to be 4 hours, 5 days a week. So then I have trainers, because we have turnover in this industry, and a lot of us don't account for our training costs unless you're doing it yourself, which I highly advise as you want to scale that you get somebody that's good at training. So since it turns over, I like to train 3 days with the employee. So I take the number of hours per day that someone's going to work, and then I just multiply it by 3. So I put 12 hours there. And as you can see, I put a different rate of pay, and I'm going to do that 3 times a year. It may turn over less, it may turn over more, but at least you're starting to account for that cost. And I do this on every single type of building that I clean. I always charge for training. And this gives you your cost per train, your annual labor cost for training for that building, and what it costs each day to train. And then I always have an inspector at least once a month, because you've got to have a quality sample. You've got to know what your employees are doing there, okay? And then I always do cleaning supplies, and then a minimum of cleaning supplies, and then I do a tech fee. And the tech fee is for software like this that I use, and like quality control software, or if you're doing any type of, invoicing or bookkeeping software, always pass that expense along to your client. All right. I never operate below 30%. That's just not how I flow. And let's say that 30% is $628.71. And I think, well, you know what? I can actually probably make some good money on this. So we'll say I'm going to make $1,500 instead. Then the software tells you what your profit margin is. And then up here, if you put in your square footage, it then tells you what you're charging per square foot. So, 12 cents a square foot might be perfect for your area, or it may be too low. So then you've either done too little here, or you're not charging enough margin to get to where you should be. But this helps you know if you're competitive, if you know what your market is bearing for cleanable square footage. And then we'll go in the final step and just pick a proposal. There's 25 different themes in here. Let's just go with this one. No, we'll go with this one. We'll stay here. I changed my mind. Let's go with that one. Okay. And you can upload your own logo and everything in here and your own slogan. So it's completely customizable. Now you've got a full legal agreement that's already written out for you. And if you want, you can customize the legal agreement, but this was drawn up by lawyers, and you can use it as is. With that being said, I always suggest that you have your own lawyer look at it, but you've got your detailed scope of services that you just built out during the walkthrough. Look how gorgeous that is, right? You're going to stand out from the crowd with this. And look at the compensation section. Look how beautiful this is laid out. Just really professional proposal right out of the box. Here you can either use these templates, or you can customize them and make them your own. I actually loaded up additional documentation too. So I show them how I do restroom deep cleans. That's really important for car dealerships, especially in the service department. They get pretty ugly sometimes. But anyways, here it is. And then you would just submit the proposal electronically, or you can download a PDF. I always use the electronic submission because there's proposal tracking features. So it tells you, when a proposal was opened, how long somebody looked at a particular section, whether or not they shared it with somebody else. So right here, you see exactly what part that they looked at of your proposal, exactly when they opened it. And you also can have electronic signed signatures in here. So this one here, for example, has already been signed, and it's waiting for me to countersign. So I would just go in here and then go to the signature page and then sign it. And then it would be sent back to the prospect, and they would have a signed version of the proposal. So I'll download this and I'll give it to you. And now you know how to create a car dealership proposal. Anybody else wants a copy of the proposal and want to use it any way you want, go ahead and send me your email and I'll email it over to you.